To go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old... Shot, surely! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Manchester United make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. It's not an especially good pass, that. Played out to the left flank. Takes a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Surely now! Oh, off the bar! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Camavinga. Oh, that's... There's the shot! And yes, it's there! And they're at it again, in double quick time! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Now it's Messi. Messi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Now it's Kane. Messi. Takes a shot. Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi. That is a gem, an absolute gem. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. He just absolutely speared that in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that.
And Messi! Relentless! Just relentless! Your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And he's had a shot! Classic Kane brilliance! A finish of true class! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
It's become a case of men against boys. Here's a shot! Oh, Terrific save.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Corner number 2 then. Not a lot we need to say about that. Well, he can only improve on that one next time. Alexander-Arnold cuts it out. Kane! And he seemed certain to get the 6th.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Szoboszlai. And here's Kane. Good chance here!
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much.
There's the shot!
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Kane. Camavinga. He's gone for goal! And that's played in low. And there's the end of the first half. Well, what a half they've had. Cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Manchester United have had it all their own way so far then, and they go in at the break in an utterly dominant position.
10, Kane.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Coming on the field, number 4, Mbappe.
Good effort from
Number
distance.
70.
Oh, impressive strike.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Just about within shooting range. And that's wide.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
He's picked his way through. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Jimenez. And here's Messi. He's having a hit! They want to be quick to recover this. Szoboszlai! Superb from Szoboszlai! A finish right from the top draw. And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where he's going for goal!
The attendance for this match was 71,649.
Messi being hounded, manhandled at times.
Oh, look, Peter, this has been a textbook illustration of how not...
And there's the shot! Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. It's run loose here. Messi driving forwards. Shot at goal! It's there! How many? Just how many? The golf in class is vast.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
After 68 minutes is...
As if 3 weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian.
Well, the
Real chance! Oh, taken with style. And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
71 minutes is...
How many? Just how many?
Messi.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to...
And the finish! No mistake! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Minutes is number 11, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
Manchester United making consecutive changes here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that. Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and their start...
Tries a shot! It's in! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised. Well, their manager seems to have them all...
Oh, shooting chance! And he hits the net! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways. Well, they're very much...
Shapes to shoot! It's in! A landmark moment for a player of grand significance, his 50th goal.
Manchester United.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Lionel Messi.
Well, that's real...
Decent chance! He's got a goal! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Number 2.
This is wonderful front foot...
Just the goalkeeper to beat. And a chance! They've done it! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Oh, super chance! Oh, it's a stunning goal! About as smooth as it gets. And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Well, it's inspired some. Can he finish? He's scored! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Rafael Leao. Now it's Rafael Leao. Up he goes! He has done it! It hurts, does it not? And that is as far as it goes. Manchester United can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside.